Motocross, the popular sport with a thrilling blend of speed, skill, and endurance, first made its way to Australia in 1926, just 2 years after the sport's invention. Motocross and supercross events continue to draw massive crowds in Australia. Thousands of fans flock to watch the high-octane action, with international competitions attracting record-breaking audiences. In 1992, the Motocross of Nations held at Cozy Creek in Manjimup, Western Australia, welcomed over 20,000 spectators. Similar numbers attended the World Motocross Championship Grand Prix events in Broadford, Victoria, in 2000 and 2001. But the history of motocross in Australia goes even deeper. Remarkably, as far back as just under a century ago, an annual state event, the Harley Scramble, was already attracting tens of thousands of fans each year, peaking at 20,000 in 1955 when the event combined with the National Motocross Championships. That year, Western Australia hosted the third ever Australian motocross titles at the famed Ropework Circuit in Mosman Park, near Perth, with the inaugural event held 3 years earlier in Daylesford, Victoria. The Autocycle Council of Australia awarded the championship to the Harley-Davidson Motorcycle Club in WA, allowing them to combine it with the annual Harley Scramble, which began in 1928 and, at the time, had been running for 22 consecutive years, excluding World War II between 1941 and 1945, growing into the nation's biggest motocross event. During that period, the Harley Scramble became a breeding ground for Western Australian riders, producing legends like George Scott, Peter Nicol, Charlie West and Gordon Renfree, whose names are now etched into Australian motocross history. Today, motocross remains a spectacle of human and mechanical endurance. While the technology has advanced, the core principles of the sport, pushing the limits to win over conquering and challenging terrain to thrill the large crowds, remains unchanged. This is the story of the Harley Scramble, the incredible ropework circuit, its race format, the bikes and riders, drawing comparisons over the first century of motocross in Australia, from its humble beginning in the 1920s through to today.